Hi, Sagittarius. Welcome. Sagittarius, this is going to be your reading. I'm going to start with the general spiritual messages, and then I'm going to go into the you versus them love reading. I'm time stamping this December because that's when I'm recording it, but my readings are timeless, so I just trust that whenever these find you, that's when it's for you to hear. So, yes, Sagittarius, happy birthday season to my Sagittarius. I hope it's treating you really well. It actually was not your turn on the rotation yet, but I felt drawn to do your reading today. So here we are. So let's get into it. You have the card of Venus and the card of empowerment. So this is about, looking for the good in whatever you have going on, finding the harmony in the flow of your life. This is talking about magnetism, pleasure, adoration, inspiration. And then combining it with this card, it's talking about really asking yourself what your strengths are and really playing on your strengths and really empowering yourself. On the flip side, this can be kind of an overwhelming energy, and I felt a lot of overwhelmment in the Gemini reading, but also the Aquarian reading. So if you have that in your chart, you may be feeling that as well. Also, we're getting ready to go into another retrograde. It'll be the final retrograde of this year, and it'll be on December 13th, which is coincidentally my sister's birthday. And happy birthday, Sissy, if you're watching. Let's get into it and see what else we have coming through here for you, Sagittarius. The energy is a little odd in that it's like, here's kind of what I felt when I was meditating for you. It's like this air of positivity, right? Like going into the day, like I got this, I'm going to be positive today, I'm going to be the best me. And then about, midday, maybe lunch or a little bit after lunch, things starting to feel like they're speeding up, and you're noticing like maybe that your mood is changing and that you're feeling a bit of tension or stress, Sagittarius. So it's like waking up with all these good intentions, and then like by midday or by the end of the day, you're just either completely exhausted, or you like start letting things bother you that shouldn't bother you, that don't usually bother you. It's kind of like an irritation energy, and I also got that in the other zodiac signs that I've read for in December. So I don't know if this is a Sag thing or a collective thing, but I kind of have felt this in all of the readings. And then, interestingly enough, I also got this card in the Aquarius reading as well, the Master, and the card number 5, Totality. So there's a bit of this like needing to have a little bit of faith about trusting the universe and trusting the process, Sagittarius. And it's like that's one of the things that you're learning to master is the art of faith, the art of allowance. I think a lot of people talk about what faith is and understand, the idea of faith, but very few people actually live in a state of faith until it really counts. Have you ever noticed that? You know what I mean? Like until it gets really dire, and then all of a sudden it's all faith. Like, people that have never prayed before are praying for the first time in their life. But it really doesn't have to get that intense. It really doesn't have to come down to that in order for you to have faith. And in fact, if you practice the art of faith on a routine basis, you'll never really get to that dark space where you feel without answers, right? Because you'll have the answers all along the way. So you won't need to get to that really uncomfortable space in order to get to your next step, right? So what does it look like living with faith? It is trusting. It is not allowing your mind to dip into worry, into fear, into overthinking what's next, overthinking how you're going to even make something happen or make ends meet, but simply it is the act of being present in the current now moment with as much presence and appreciation and that you can muster in this moment. But it's not about faking it. It's about just actually relaxing and knowing and understanding that the universe has the wherewithal to provide you any solution that you need in the right moment at the right time. And it always does. It's just that sometimes you're aware of it and sometimes you're not. Sometimes you're open to it and sometimes you're blocked off to it. But it's like really reminding yourself that you've made it how many days, months, and years on this planet, and yet here you are. You know, think of all the really crazy, silly things you worried about over those years that really either never came to fruition, or even if they did, they weren't as bad as you thought, or you were able to get through it in a way that you didn't know. And it's like, yeah, because you're being guided, because you're constantly being guided. You know, you are protected. You are an angel of God. You are worthy. You are blessed. And the more you can remember that, the more you can believe that, then the closer you are to living the way that you truly intended to live when you came to this planet, which was with absolute faith that the universe is hearing you, responding to you, and has got you. So, yeah. Anyways, let's see what else, what other messages we have coming through for you, Sagittarius. Yeah. What else? The 9 of Cups. 9 of Cups. 4 of Swords. Yes. 9 of Swords. And the 2 of Cups. So, now I have that song in my head by George Michael. Because you gotta have faith, the faith, the faith. Did I tell you guys somebody complained about my singing? In the last round of videos, I got a comment that they're annoyed by my singing. And I won't say names, Steven. But you know who you are. I just did. Anyways, it's not going to stop me from singing, though. Random. ADD. Okay, 9 of Cups, 4 of Swords, 9 of Swords, 2 of Cups. So it's like you dream of having it all together, having your ish together. Some of you dream of your finances improving, and that's what this is really about. But you also stress about it at the same time. Others of you, it's to deal with the relationship, dreaming of a successful relationship, but then you stress about it at the same time. So what prevents it from manifesting in the way that you want it? The stressing about it in the meantime. It's like if you could just remove this and have the pure vibration of wanting something and having faith and knowing it's yours, then it'll come together exactly in that way. But there's some overthinking going on. There's doubting, there's anxiety, there's stress, and it feels so real. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, I feel like we talk about these law of attraction concepts like it's so easy. Well, if it was so easy, we would all be like healthy millionaires with our dream partner. You know what I mean? It's really not that easy. It's a learning process, right? It's like learning what works, what doesn't work, and not beating up yourself along the way when you get a result that you really don't like. And some of you, the only reason you're getting a result that you don't really like is because you overstress it, you overthink it, you worry about it, you lose sleep over it, etc. And it's like it's all going to come together, okay? Sagittarius, and you may say, well, when is it going to come together? And I would say when you believe in it. And most would say, well, I'll believe in it when I see it. And then I would say, well, then you're never going to see it, because that's just not how it works. You got to believe it before you see it. And this is even written in ancient scripture, right? Even Jesus understood this. You must believe it before it can become, because it must become true in your mind before it can become true out in the outer world. And so I guess, I don't know why I'm getting so like spiritually preachy with you, but apparently this is something that's very important for you to understand. If you've been concerned, by the way, about like how the money is going to come or how something's going to come to you, stop worrying. I know, easier said than done, but it's on its way to you. Others of you, it seems like maybe you're doing fine in that arena, but you're stressing over a particular relationship. And they're also saying, well, once you stop stressing over it, you'll be able to have clarity over it, which will bring in a better feeling energy. And then there's a third message that some of you don't even realize that you have a relationship with money. See, we think relationships are just with other people, but you have a relationship with everything in your life, meaning how you relate to that topic. So you have a relationship with money, and that you could see the subject of money as a very healthy, fruitful, beautiful, growing relationship. Or you could see your relationship with money as something that's been very hard, difficult, a struggle, toxic. And you will get the result of whichever relationship you cultivate. So if you think that money is difficult or a struggle for you, guess what kind of relationship you're going to have with it? If you believe that money just comes easy as the air you breathe, and you have a very healthy relationship with that topic of money, guess what's going to happen? You're going to have money easily flow into your experience. It's all relational. We think it's about our action, how smart we are, what we look like, you know, what degrees we have, blah, 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 blah. And I would say, yes, some of that does have an impact, but mostly none of that matters. Look at the diversity on this planet of how money flows to people, right? It's a relationship and it's energy. So, anyways, it's about establishing a healthy relationship. Now, it doesn't have to be about money, although I feel this for a lot of you. It could also be about another person, and then the same theory applies. What is your predominant view of that relationship? Because that's what you're getting. It could be about your relationship with food and your health, any of that, right? So just take that into perspective, Sagittarius. As we go into the emotional space, though, I want to say, like, ooh, this looks so good. This looks so, so good. Even though there seems to be a lot of distractions going on right now, a lot of distractive energy, I feel like for the most part, you have a really firm foundation here of which to launch yourself, right? Like some of you have a wish fulfillment, okay, that has the ability to come into complete fruition and manifestation before the year ends. We come out of the retrograde January 1st, could be January, but it's like you getting back on your feet. You know, like this is your card and it's right next to the 10 of Pentacles, which is having your ish together, which is feeling stable, safe, and secure. You know, also for some of you feeling like you can be yourself, being more playful, being more fun. This card talks about faith, dreams, okay? Also Aquarian energy for some of you. So it's beautiful. It's like, I don't want to minimize what you may be concerned or stressed over because it'll be different for each of you. But in the big scheme of things, the universe does want to remind you that you are blessed. So you have the 9 of Wands, the 5 of Swords. Ay, ay, ay. Ooh, 6 of Wands. And the Hermit. But, you know, sometimes it doesn't always feel like life's a blessing, does it? Especially when it comes and bites us in the ass, right? Then we want to put our guard up. Then we start to feel like, oh, nothing is working out for me. And it just feels doom and gloom. And you know what? Even though that is a painful experience to have, it also serves a purpose, in that it helps you to stop and self-reflect and think about what it is that you really want out of your life, Sagittarius. Be careful about like getting really super defensive or moody during this time frame, as I feel like that's a high likelihood. I also, again, felt a lot of disruptions, distractive energy coming through, and that can be quite bothersome, I think. But it's weird because like here's all this positive, beautiful energy, and then and around it is like this defensiveness, this feeling of disconnect. Almost like a sense of no direction, a feeling like you have no direction. Oh, but you're pointed in the direction, right? In the right direction. It's just whether you can feel it. Like sometimes I feel like it just feels also directionless or pointless sometimes. But you know, that's when you get really exhausted, because that's when you start overthinking things again. Oh, Sagittarius, here we are. And what did I say that you were here to master, at least during this time frame? The art of faith. The art of allowing. That means you get to feel your feelings and honor them, but not worry about what's coming next. Instead, focus here on the now and what you currently have control over, and know that the next logical step will present itself to you. And I have that song now. We're gonna get cheesy. Have a little faith in me. Okay. Some of you, it's because you're trying to control the uncontrollable. There's no power in that, right? So the law of attraction says, we want you to reach the place where you are willing, not just willing, determined. Not just determined, eager to let go of the need to control things that are uncontrollable. Like, for instance, what anybody else is doing. And instead, give your undivided attention to the only thing you can control, which is how you feel in any given circumstance. In other words, we want you to leave this moment saying, I've decided that I'm going to take life as it comes, and I'm going to do the best that I can in the midst of what I'm doing right now. This card is literally my whole entire reading summed up into one paragraph. It is encouraging you to stay focused in the now and to say to yourself, let's say it again. Say this out loud, Sag. I've decided that I'm going to take life as it comes, and I'm going to do the best I can in the midst of what I'm doing to feel good. Take life as it comes, day by day, moment by moment. So, wow, awesome start to the reading. Let's go into the love portion of the reading and see what else we have coming through. I'll see you in just a second. Welcome back. So, Sagittarius, this is going to be the you versus them reading. I'm going to go back and forth between you and the person you may be connecting with. Keep in mind it is a general reading, so the roles may be reversed. Feel free to flip it if you need to. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't, and let's go ahead and get started. So, whoo, I feel intense. I guess that is like the best way I could describe this energy, like intense. You have the card of silence here, interestingly enough, and they have the card of harmony. So I'm happy to see that. So this is about like getting the much needed rest or silence that you need, especially if it's been feeling intense for you. And this person is like getting into the flow, wanting more harmony in their life, wanting more harmony within the relationship as well, if you're currently in a connection with this person. So let's see what led up to the now and most recent past, and then we'll look at how you perceive each other, how you genuinely feel underneath it all, and most likely outcomes. So the recent past for Sagittarius, you have the Six of Cups here, and the Five of Wands, and the Four of Pentacles. So I feel like, yeah, it's been a struggle, right? I feel like you've been holding some things in. Be careful about that. They may come out in a not so great way. Some of you have really been struggling with something for a minute now, and you've not been maybe expressing it. I feel a lot of tension in this space, my chest and my upper back. So generally when I get tension in those spaces, it's like when I'm holding something in, when I'm not, like, it's like almost when you like feel a lot of frustration or tension, but you don't have like an outlet for it, you know what I mean? And I kind of feel that bubbling up here in the environment. So be cautious about that. Some of you could really use some downtime. Okay, so let's see this person's recent past. Page of Wands, Four of Swords, and the Strength card. So I feel like this person may have been in this space where it's like they were excited to try something new, and then at the same time trying to find peace with something as well. Like, I feel like it's taken a lot of strength and a lot of courage for this person to lay something to rest or find peace within themselves. But because of that, they are bringing in this newer, like, spark of energy. And I feel that their energy is very strong, very, like, intense vibes. So let's see how you're seeing this person in the now. How does Sagittarius perceive this person? I just feel like there's pressure here. I'm not saying like somebody's putting pressure on you, but I feel pressured. And it may be that you're even pressuring yourself or pushing yourself too hard. And that will create that tension in the chest as well. That sense of pressure, that sense of urgency, or like, you know, it was just an icky feeling. I know you know what I mean. It may or may not even be related to this person. Could just be that you're putting too much pressure on yourself, you know? Like, you're only one person at the end of the day, Sagittarius, right? But when it comes to how you view the connection, I feel like you're solidly committed to this, or, you know, wanting to see maybe commitment or a progression here. But it's almost like, but yeah, at the same time, still wanting your autonomy, still wanting to be able to be yourself. And finding that like fine balance, you know, within this person or within this connection is really going to be key for you. So let's see how they're perceiving you. Ace of Cups. The World. Knight of Cups, King of Pentacles. So, Sagittarius, yeah, I feel like this person really loves you, you know, or has a lot of love for the connection, or maybe just in general, with a lot of emotion showing up, okay? This is like seeing things come full circle. This is a completion here. This person wanting to be open, be, you know, show their love, express their love, but in a meaningful way, in a secure way, in a stable way. And then they're giving me a song, Steady Love. Steady love. So this person may want to be your rock, or maybe you view them that way, or they you, you know. It's actually quite lovely. Let's see what's going on in the emotional space then. Steady love. Four of Wands, Page of Swords, Queen of Swords. So it's interesting because you're a fire sign, but you're kind of showing up a little bit like air energy, and that, you know, you're warm and you're playful when you want to be, but right now I feel like you want to be taken more seriously, or you're taking a more serious approach here, you know, like really thinking about what it is that you want, and at the same time trying to be open to new ideas. There's like this very beautiful kinship, I guess, coming through, friendship, connections. Some of you are learning new things about the people you're connected to, but I actually feel it in a positive way. So even if it feels negative, there's like a positive outcome here. And it's just like, when it comes to this person, you may be just learning new things about this person, you know, but like in a good way. Like, oh, I didn't know that about you. And I love it, you know. Like learning good things, you know. So let's see this person's heart space and where they're at. Six of Cups. So if you have a past with this person, there's definitely fond memories here, okay? Two of Cups. Yeah, so I feel like this could be a childhood love, bestie. You could have known this person since childhood or have a past with them. And if none of that, then it's just representing like the sense of like familiarity, like nostalgia, like you just feel unusually connected or close to this person, or that's how they feel about you. What I don't like is that what also came out in the heart space is that the Seven of Swords, Judgment, and the Emperor. So it's like there's pure-hearted intentions here, but there's also maybe not so good intentions. I hate to say that. Like, I feel like this person lies to you about decision making. That was super specific. So only take this if this resonates. But I literally got as specific as like they make the decisions without telling you, you know, or purchases, or like they lie about it. Weird. What's up with that? And don't make that resonate if it don't, but that's the first thing I got. So yeah, like this person's pride doesn't always allow them, regardless, to maybe tell the truth. Like if they just sneak it, maybe you won't know about it. You know, asking for forgiveness instead of permission type-ish. I don't like that. Well, I heard reap what you sow, so karma's in place for this person, and not for you to give them karma. And I'm not even saying like what they're doing is absolutely awful or terrible, although it's a general reading, so take it as it's hitting you, you know. I actually feel it's kind of like frivolous things that they lie about. But you know, that's irritating though. Ooh, and I felt irritation in the spiritual reading. Like, why lie about stupid stuff? That's stupid. Maybe they feel that way about you, vice versa. I don't know. It's something they need to work on, okay? Definitely something that needs to be worked on within the connection. So let's go into the most, so random, most likely outcome. 5 of Swords, 8 of Cups. The Lovers. The Tower. So, yeah, Sagittarius, in the future energy, it's like there is a disconnect here, but you're moving away from that energy. And then things like, whatever disconnect is here, you're moving away from that and into a more pleasant union, okay? You've got the Tower here and the Lovers along with the Knight of Cups. So this is like a surprise, but a good surprise, and it's within the connection. Some of you, it's a surprise, a surprising gesture, romance, things kind of taking it to the next level. There's a change in the connection, and it's positive because it's bringing out more vulnerability, if nothing else, but like in a good way, in like a loving way. I feel like this person's steadily wanting to show up for you. Okay, and that's where I got steady love. But they really do need to be honest, even about the little BS. Even about the little stuff, you know. I mean, I guess we all tell fibs. Like, let me not be hard on the cross watcher. But I actually feel irritation around it. So I feel like even if it is small or minor, it actually has a big impact energetically. 7 of Cups. The Tower. Well, the confusion is definitely lifting for them. They're definitely going within, doing some soul searching. There's a big change coming through in the heart chakra that's opening up this person to be more generous, to be more giving with their time and energy, to be more grateful is also what I heard. Ooh, okay. Like, overall, despite this bothersome energy, I actually feel good intentions, or at least that's how this began, or whatever. Like, I feel like this person has had to overcome a lot, actually, in the past, and now they're getting into this more stable, like, steady energy. But there's still a few kinks to clean up here. You're learning new things about this person, though, and you know, sometimes we don't like what we see, and there might be a little bit of that, but for the most part, I feel like you do like what you see or what you're learning. And it takes honesty to be vulnerable, and I think that's what's kind of needed here. This person is ready also to, again, either commit or take this to a higher level of commitment, or to take the higher road, if nothing else, where maybe, you know, they didn't always do that, and that's what they're being called forward to do during this time frame, is to take that higher road. So let's see what the guidance is then. It says, everything is always working out for me. Nothing ever goes wrong, because every piece of contrast or negativity, no matter how wrong it seems to be, is always helping you to clarify what it is that you do want. And that is the thing that we want you to remember most of all. The negativity or the contrast, no matter how it looks in any moment, is contributing mightily to your expansion. The things that you call things that go wrong in your life are actually only the distance between the things that are so right and your current perspective about them. Wow, everything is always working out for me. And that, you know what? You know what it requires to be able to truly say that and believe that? Faith. So have a little faith, Sagittarius. Everything is always working out for you. Wow, beautiful reading. Very interesting. Zodiac signs you may be connecting with or having your own chart. I've got Libra, Aries, Taurus, Virgo, Scorpio, Leo, Gemini, and Aquarius. Those are the predominant signs I'm seeing. Pisces over here. But take what resonates, leave what doesn't. If it did resonate, let me know in the comments down below. Also, don't forget to give me a like, share, and subscribe if you haven't yet. You can find me on Facebook and Instagram for more fun stuff, as I do have videos and content over there. Tarot Time with Dana is the name of all my social media accounts, all of it linked in the description box below, as well as in the About section, where you can donate to the channel. If you'd like to donate, you can do so there. Otherwise, I'm wishing you the very, very best. And until next time, my friends.